Hello. Hi, welcome to Cooking Through the Calendar for the month of July. Today we are going to do the quick couscous salad.
Yeah, so a nice, cool, refreshing salad for summer. We're very excited to make it for you, and hopefully you'll try it and let us know what you think.
Yes. So this is your first time joining us. My name is Jackie Denegri. I am the Nutrition Education Program Assistant here in Fayette County.
And my name is Caroline McMahon. I'm one of the two Family and Consumer Sciences agents here in the Fayette County Extension Office. Jackie and I love to do this in person. We also love to provide videos online for those of you who can't make it to our in-person monthly demos.
Yes.
So thank you for being here, and we'll get started.
Let's get started.
All right. So first, as always, we wash our hands with warm soap and water for at least 20 seconds, and then we prepare the couscous. You're going to want it to cool down before you add everything together. So we have our pre-prepared couscous over here, and we got, as the recipe calls for, the roasted garlic and olive oil flavor. If you can't find that, whatever kind you can find works very well.
And if you can't find couscous, you can use quinoa. You can substitute for quinoa. You could also use orzo or even some riced cauliflower.
So lots of options, really whatever you have, or if you have a preference of any of those, try it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So first, I'm going to chop the cucumber. And what I do, I went ahead and peeled it. I tend to wash it and then just do little stripes. It just adds something to it.
Makes it a little fancier.
Just fancy.
Yeah.
So I thinly slice it. Some people will slice these, and you can see how thin I'm getting them. Some people will go ahead and slice these in half, just because they think it's too much. You can do it to your own, the way you want it. If you wanted to slice it, cut it in half, or even chop it up.
Lots of options, and again, we are using it's a half of a large cucumber or two small dice. So this is kind of right in the middle. So we're going to use one, and you can also kind of use your own judgment. If you like a whole lot of cucumber, you can put some extra. If you want that to kind of take a back seat to the other stuff in there, you can use a little less. So
yes, and cucumbers, if you've been growing them in your garden, it's going to come out soon.
Yes.
So this is a great recipe for it.
Exactly.
If you don't like these cucumbers, you can always use English cucumber. Works just the same. Some people don't like, depends. They don't like the seeds. They think it's too seedy. It's just your preference.
Jackie's gonna keep chopping. It's looking beautiful. I'll walk through the rest of the recipe. So we have got our cucumber. Another vegetable in there is grape tomatoes, and that calls for a cup halved. So we have our tomatoes washed. We got a nice variety of colors, some yellow, even a couple green in there. So adds a nice color to the dish as well. So we'll have those and do a cup of those grape tomatoes. We also have one small red onion diced. And then, so for the flavor in it, we have olive oil. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of that, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You can use fresh or bottled, it's up to you. And then a teaspoon of garlic powder. We've got a half teaspoon of black pepper, and then a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. So those are the main ingredients, and then the only other optional one is fresh parsley. You're always welcome to add whatever you like, but just on the recipe, we have chopped fresh parsley as an optional topping. So very simple.
I keep confusing this recipe.
Yeah.
I kept making a cucumber salad recipe, so I keep going back and forth. So I've got them all sliced, so I'm just going to cut them in quarters instead of like dicing them really thin. I'm just going to stack them, dice them in quarters. That way.
Excellent.
Do that.
With those flawless knife skills.
I know. What can I say?
I know. So really, this is quite simple, but it's very nutritious. One of the things I love about these recipes is we have nutrition facts over on the right side of our recipe. So it's low in calories, it's low in fat. There's no added salt, so low in sodium as well. You get a little bit of vitamin D, some calcium, iron, and a little bit of potassium in this. So lots of good vitamins and minerals in this recipe. And it also, on average, is about 90 cents per serving. So very affordable. That might be a little bit more now that grocery prices have kind of kept rising. But so you'll get 7 servings out of this recipe, and that serving size is 2/3 of a cup. So just the details of the recipe for you there. Yeah, very good. You can, if you make it, store it in the refrigerator within 2 hours. Next day would be good.
Yes. Yeah. Put it in the bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and add our diced cucumber.
Quartered diced.
Quartered. I always do quartered when I make.
I just like, yes. Well, yeah. So we've already chopped part of this onion. I'm going to show you the rest and what I like to do. And meanwhile, while I'm chopping the rest of the onion, Caroline's going to start cutting the grape tomatoes in half. So like I told you before, I always cut the onion in half, but I leave the root tip attached. And then I just follow the grooves and I make incisions not to cut through the root. I go to the root. So I'm going to show you. Right here. Now this part, I'm going to do this part because I lost part of that. So I just go to the root, pointy tip down. I just make slivers. And once I'm done cutting that to the side, I turn it around. And I'll get this part out. And then I start just slicing.
Very easy when you do it that way.
And then, as you can see, you get already chopped, diced, tiny pieces. And that's the easy way. And it's supposed to prevent you from crying too much.
Which I always do when I cut onions. So thank you, Jackie, for cutting this one. All right, so I have halved just a little generous cup of our grape tomatoes. I'm going to add that to our bowl with our cucumbers. Tomatoes, cucumbers, and red onion is an excellent combination. Love all
Summer
of those
salad,
flavors.
easy salad. There we go. So there's that. That's all chopped, ready to go. Just see. Perfect, perfect little pieces. And then once we start mixing it, the ones that are stuck together, they'll fall apart. So we've got our onion or our tomatoes and cucumbers. I've got the onions. I'll go ahead and add them in there in our bowl here.
And meanwhile, I'm going to be mixing up the what's going to be the dressing. And we have a handy dandy little dressing mixer jar here. You can use whatever container you have to mix and shake, or you could just use a bowl and kind of stir it up.
It says you can mix it in a large bowl, and some people tend to do that to have the dressing already, and then as they're adding the ingredients, they stir it up. It's just your preference. I tend to, when I make this at home, I make the dressing in a smaller bowl, whisk it, and then add it, pour it all over, and mix it that way. Because sometimes I feel like the dressing gets stuck at the bottom, but it's your preference.
So what I have done, I've added 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We are using bottled, but if you have some lemons that you want to use up, feel free to use fresh.
Fresh is good. And since I came back from vacation from the Dominican, I'm addicted to using lime juice in everything. So now instead of using lemon juice, I use lime juice. And it's your preference, whatever you have on hand, lime juice, lemon juice, bottled, either one.
Yeah. So now we're going to do a teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to add that right in there with the olive oil and lemon juice. Get a nice flat teaspoon here. And then half a teaspoon of black pepper. Do less if you don't love pepper as much, or you can add a little more if you like a little heat. You can add some red pepper flakes if you want. If you really do like heat, we've got our half teaspoon black pepper.
So I'm just mixing up the veggies in here, and then I'm gonna pour the couscous in here and break it up some more, mix it up some more.
I'm just gonna shake this, mix it all together.
Show your muscle. Keep
Yeah,
shaking
show
it.
my muscle. And then let that settle for just a second.
And then I'm gonna mix in. Do you want to pour in the couscous and we'll mix it in? Because it says couscous, tomatoes, and toss, and Parmesan cheese.
Yes,
Where's
Parmesan
Oh,
cheese?
right
Got
here.
a
A quarter
for
cup.
that.
Quarter cup.
Beautiful. A little bit extra. For good measure, right?
Right.
All right. So I'm going to add, I will do this, give it a little.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
There we go.
Good. And then I'm gonna give this a good mix, and then we're gonna add the couscous.
Smelling good.
Ooh, it is.
Yes. So you want to toss the coat, and if you have a little bit of time before you want to eat this, try to refrigerate it for a few hours. It's going to let those flavors develop a little bit more than if you serve it immediately. You can serve it immediately, but it's going to help the flavors. So we're going to add in our cooled couscous. And you want to just prepare that according to the package.
And don't worry, because sometimes the couscous will clump up, so you can just break the little clumps that are in there. So, and then you just give it a good toss. I will show you in just a second how good it looks. Delicious, and it smells wonderful.
Perfect for a nice hot summer day. You don't really want a warm meal.
Up in the 90s. Oh,
Yes. Hope you all are staying cool out there. Enjoying your summers.
and this is really good. That way you don't even have to use your stove.
Yes. Yeah.
The only time you use it is for the couscous.
Mhm.
Serve, I'm going to chop up some parsley that I'm going to use as garnish on top. So I pulled some leaves off and I kind of roll it together. And I'm going to just finely chop.
You can use, if you have herbs at home that you really like, you can try cilantro if you like it.
That would be good.
Yeah. Try some basil too. Maybe even some mint. I've had mint in pasta salad like this before. That's pretty good. Try out what you have. See what you like.
Go. Get the little stem out of the way. So there we can use that as garnishment.
And again, this is optional. If you don't have it, that's still
Yes.
going to be a full recipe.
Mhm.
Very good.
Okay, here we have it ready. Serves us up some. Get that great.
Yes. Full.
Yep. And now we put
Alright,
some little
so
garnish on
Show
there.
you all that. Oh, sorry about that.
Well, I know. Give me put my garnish on there.
Alright.
And there you go. So
There you
that's what it
have it.
looks like.
That's very good.
We're gonna try it.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bon appetit.
Go for it.
Cucumber.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
tomato. Okay, really fresh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, all those flavors work really well together. Good work, Jackie.
Good work, Caroline. Today's episode was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So we hope you enjoyed the recipe today. Let us know if you make it, you try it, and if you added something different. Some people add asparagus. You can add whatever other vegetables you'd like.
Yeah.
So give us a shout out and or a comment. If you have the calendar, there is a QR code on there. Just scan it in and fill out the survey.
Yeah.
And we'll
All
see you next month. And next month is the peanut butter.
Yeah, there might be the peanut butter bites. We'll have to check on that.
We'll
But
check on that.
we're excited to see you all then.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.